I wanted to make this video for a while. I just haven't. Because like everything on the internet, people just forget about things very quickly and move on to the next thing. But that's not the case with so many things, and this is one of them. And I don't think taking down Backpage was a good idea, and I'm gonna tell you why I think that way. Because I have experience with Backpage for a long time. So I need to start so you kind of understand if you know nothing about me. I was a dancer, like a stripper, and I eventually got sick of that. So how I know about Backpage, I was on Backpage, but there was like escorting and, prostitutes, but then there was also dancers and things like that. And what I did after I quit working in the clubs, because it was just, that's a whole other issue, but I started working for someone that was like kind of my friend, and I knew other girls that worked there. And basically what we would do is he would post us on Backpage, like an ad, and either it could be one girl, two, three, it doesn't matter. So basically what we would do, we weren't like prostitutes or anything. Like, I honestly don't think there's anything wrong with being a prostitute, whatever. And this is another thing, I don't really like people saying it's illegal and bad, and like, you shouldn't be able to tell people what to do with their bodies. That's a whole other thing too. But anyway, I'm not gonna get off track. So we would like post the ads. He would post the ads, and we had like someone on phones, and we had drivers. They would take us there. Basically what we would do was like what I do on cam now, like the shows, we would do that like live in person. So it could be a bachelor party or them by themselves. Sometimes I got paid thousands of dollars just to sit there and talk to them for fucking 5 hours. So it really just depends. There's a fucked up side of everything, like everything in life. But the Backpage thing to me was a huge, huge mistake getting this taken down. And I'm gonna tell you why. Okay, so when I was working at this place, I started, whenever you're doing this, you go to every hotel, you go everywhere. Like, we would go up to like an hour and a half away, 2 hours, depending on how much they wanted to pay. So we would go everywhere. I've been to every shitty, seedy fucking motel in my town, all of them, to the shittiest to the fucking nicest. So I know things that other people probably don't know. And I remember the first time this, what I'm about to tell you, happened. I was in a really shitty motel. It was shitty. The guy was super drunk, and he called us, and it was very late, but he called several other agencies and girls and all that. So the way that our agency worked was we couldn't be there if there was another girl there from a different agency. Like, we weren't allowed to work with them because what we did wasn't illegal. We had to like give a whole speech. As soon as we got into that hotel room, we had to say, look, there's no sex, touching, or massage, but you can masturbate if you want while I'm masturbating. Like, it was basically a live porno show with like a solo girl. Or if a girl was there, we would do that too. Or we would, two girls, whatever. We could mess with each other, like the girls, but we couldn't touch the guy. He couldn't touch us because that's illegal. And I've been on stings. Like, there was cops that knew me after a while because they're like, shit, it's you. Like, we know you're not doing anything. So I ended up having like kind of a relationship with some of these cops that would do these things and kind of help them out, because I don't like what was going on either, what I've seen. So the one time in this hotel, it was a shitty motel. It was a shithole. I didn't even want to go. I usually didn't go to places like that. I would say no, like, I don't want to go there. But for some reason, I was like, fuck it. This guy was like offering money, like a good amount to just like chill. And I'm like, whatever. So when we get there, he already called several other agencies, so whoever got there first, and this is what they do a lot. So this would become a problem. I've had girls banging on the fucking door when I'm in the hotel room like, fuck you, give me my money, you're gonna give me cab money, blah, blah, blah. Like, it was insane, the shit that I've seen. I mean, okay, I don't want to get off track. So this particular night, he called another agency, I guess. So this girl comes in, and I was by myself. There wasn't another girl with me from my agency. So she knocked on the door, and he let her in. And I was like, oh God, I didn't know what to do. And I'm looking at this girl, and I'm like, you look really fucking young. Like, really young. So I stayed. I wasn't supposed to, but I never said anything to my driver or anything about another girl being there, which was not what I was supposed to do. But I just felt like there was something wrong here. And I asked him, I was like, where did you call from? Because I didn't want to ask her, because in these situations, if she has a pimp or something, she's not going to say anything. She doesn't know me. She's probably fucking terrified. I could tell that there was something wrong. She wasn't into it. Like, I was into it. Like, I masturbated and had fun, made sure the guy had fun, but you could tell, like, she did not want to be here. So I tried to, like, talk to her a little bit, and then she started talking to me, because I'm like, look, man, you could tell me things. I don't care. Like, fuck this job. Fuck this client. Like, I don't fucking care. So I ended up staying there for like 3 hours, and I made him keep her too. I was like, can you just pay for her? You don't have to tip me on top of it. Just pay the agency, whatever. Just keep us here. So I was like hanging out with this girl and this guy, and I knew that it was going to take a turn, because I was going to ask the question that I probably shouldn't have asked. And I asked her, do you want to be here? And she was like, I don't know. No, yeah. And I was like, tell me the truth. And she literally just fucking broke the fuck down. And it's kind of making me cry now. But I was like, okay, just tell me the truth. Like, tell me the truth. I'm not going to tell anyone. I don't care. Just tell me what is happening. Because I knew there was something wrong. I knew that there was something wrong. And I was like, how old are you? Like, tell me the truth. How old are you? And she was 16 years old. And, ew. Like, what? So in these situations, these girls aren't just going to immediately run to you and be like, hey, help me, because they are fucking terrified. They don't know. Like, these dudes play tricks with these girls. Like, I could have been someone that he hired to see if she would fold. Do you know what I mean? Like, they do this. Like, I've been told this. I have talked to pimps, everything. Like, I know all kinds of these people. So, of course she's not going to. I can't believe she even told me the truth about that. So basically what happens is, you probably know, if you know any of this, they're trafficked. Usually they're runaways or manipulated. This girl was straight up manipulated. She was abused by her stepdad sexually, ran away, started staying with a friend, the same old fucking song and dance. That friend wasn't a friend. She turned her into her pimp, basically, and she was trafficked. So being 16, I knew that I should call the cops. But you cannot do that in these situations all the time. First of all, the guy in the room with us doesn't want anything to do with this shit, dude. Nothing. He will fucking deny to his death. So you can't trust them, really. You don't know them. I don't know her fully, and I don't know the fucking dude that is putting her here. Obviously, he has no fucking, he doesn't give a shit. She's fucking underage. So I started talking to her, and I kept her there, and she had like a burner phone, but she wasn't allowed to have it all the time, obviously. That's not how that works. Once they're trusted, some of the guys and the pimps or whatever might give them their phone, and that's like a privilege, but usually they don't. She had a phone to tell them, like, hey, this guy, you know, what if she's like getting fucked up or something? So yeah, she had it then, but she probably wouldn't always have her phone. So I told this man, he actually ended up being not a shit person and helped me out. So I told him, like, in a couple days, get us both back here. Make sure you ask for her, and then I'll come too, and make sure you ask for me. So he did, and we went. And let me tell you, this guy might be a piece of shit getting prostitutes or whatever, entertainment, but he spent his own money to do this. Like, I didn't pay for her or anything, went for free. He paid the driver, my agency, he paid her. Like, so for this. So in a way, he was helping. He did not sleep with this girl. I don't know if he would have, probably, if I wasn't there, but that was not gonna fucking happen after I found everything I found out. So, no. But he did that for me, and I ended up talking to her a little bit. And see, this is where it gets crazy, and now I don't care, but I don't care now, but maybe I should. I don't know. So this happened twice. The first time and the second time. The second time, we were there for 3 hours, and I was like, if you want to leave, where do you want to go? Where could you go to be safe? Like, where do you need to be? And she said she needed to be in Ohio. Like, if she could get to Cincinnati, she would go back to her mom, her dad, someone. So I gave her my money to get a bus, and I had my driver take her to the Greyhound station. We fucking stayed there the entire time. No one came, so I don't know. But she said that he was definitely following us. He was definitely there. So I don't know. She did get to Ohio. I don't know what happened after that. I really don't. I kind of just, you don't know. Like, I did what I could do. That was all I could do that I knew of at the time. Like, what am I going to do? Like, she didn't want to go to the cops. They're terrified. They just don't want to do that. So I tried to help her. Whatever way she wanted me to help her, I was going to fucking help her. If she wanted to go to the cops afterwards, tell her mom. That's her. That is on her. I have no clue what happened to her, but I seen her ass get on that bus, and I followed that bus until it got to the fucking turnpike. So, I don't know. I hope she's fine. If you're there, hi. Okay, and this is what got me started in the whole Backpage thing and what I started doing. So this job that I had, I actually got fired from because the guy that owned it thought that I was trying to steal clients when that wasn't it at all. I was trying to get help. I was getting another guy that I knew. He was like kind of a regular, and he knew how I was, and I told him about this, and he was like, all right. He's like, I'm down. Let's do this. So I would go through ads by myself with this client, with friends. We would go through ads and try to see if any of these girls looked underage, distressed. Like, there's certain angles and ways that you could tell that this girl did not want this picture taken. I could tell by their faces, especially if their faces aren't blurred out, which sometimes they are, but you just look at someone's fucking face and you know that they don't want to do this. Like, they don't want to be there. You can just kind of tell. I can also tell if they're fucking young as hell looking. If they look super young, then I would use my own fucking money or a client's money. We would call them and have them bring this girl, and I'd make sure they didn't bait and switch me, because they'll do that a lot of times. They'll put like a way hotter chick or younger chick in an ad, and then they'll send you some fucking ratchet ass person that is literally like withdrawing from heroin and just insane. They do that a lot. So I was like, make sure it's that girl. Tell me you want it to be that girl. And a lot of times they didn't want to talk, whatever. I was basically doing like what they did on that one show. I don't even know. But this was before this show. I just did it because I knew that I could probably get away with it more because I was going to hotels. I was on Backpage myself. I wasn't law enforcement. So all I cared about was helping these people, not necessarily getting these people prosecuted, because that would be on the victims. They would have to come forward, and that is not my place. I just wanted to try to get whoever didn't want to be in that like situation out of that situation. So a lot of the girls did not want help at all. That's where Backpage comes in, because I think it's a huge mistake that they taken it down, because from the girls that I've spoken to, and I have talked to so many that are in this business that were on Backpage was like their lifeline. They knew if Backpage was there is a small chance that law enforcement will set up a sting or find them. Their parents will find them, like their pictures. So taking that away and forcing it to go more underground is just the worst idea ever. Backpage was like globally known. So all of them are going to go there because that's where all the traffic is, and they're going to make money. So when you take that away and they have to go and make separate back pages and all kinds of other little sub back pages, and it takes forever to get to, you're pushing them more and more underground, where we're never going to fucking find these people. We're never going to find these girls. There's boys too that are trafficked. We're never going to find them if you keep pushing them further down and just hiding them. You took away Backpage. So Backpage was kind of like their lifeline. Backpage could have gotten a fucking sting where that girl could have been in a situation to tell someone like, oh my god, you're an undercover, this guy, like that has happened so many times. Now it's gone, and now you have to like search. I went on it earlier today and I'm looking. It's so hard to fucking use. You can go to backpage.com and click on it, and like Men Meet Women or whatever, and it'll fucking transfer you through another link to like Backpage. But there's so many now that I don't even know all of them. I don't have any idea. Backpage was that place that they could go, and I know that there's numbers there, and I know that maybe someone is looking for me back here, like through all these ads. Like I would sit there and go through ads for fucking hours and hours and hours, because that one girl that I helped, I was like, okay, that's one, but there's so many more. Like, so I was like obsessed for a while. Like I got fired because of it, because they thought I was like stealing clients when that wasn't it. And I didn't say anything. I said nothing because what I was doing was fucking dangerous. Like, okay. So, I mean, I didn't tell anyone except the few clients that helped me. So, I needed the client to help me because they already did this. They already got girls, especially a lot of the clients, like for years they have done this. So a lot of the times the pimps or whatever kind of knew these clients, and they're like, oh yeah, he's cool. He gives the money. He doesn't say anything, until they met me. But anyway, after helping her, I just wanted to keep doing it. And I did, and I've talked to several girls. I got a bus ticket for 2. Anything. I don't know. I'm not a cop. I wasn't trafficked myself, but I have met people that have been. I have helped them, and they, none of them have ever blamed Backpage. The only ones I've seen blame it was the ones on TV, which is perfectly acceptable. Absolutely. Backpage is shitty, but taking it away is not going to make sex trafficking go away. It's not going to make prostitution go away. That was like kind of, some of them, that was like they're out. I just think taking away Backpage isn't solving anything. All you're doing is you're pushing this further underground onto the deep web where no one is going to find them. Law enforcement isn't going to find them now. There's not even that possibility for a sting operation, which they have done all the time. Literally, probably every single time I was at an airport hotel. If you go in there and I see the next door over cracked, I know that it's a sting because they don't do it any other way. They have all the fucking, they usually have the floor or most rooms on the floor. So if that door is cracked, I know automatically this is probably a sting, but I never did anything wrong. I tried to help them. Like, I would help them. Like, hey, you want to get these fucking assholes that are fucking, if you're choosing it, and I've said this on social media, it is degrading when you are forced into sex work, but it is fucking empowering when you choose it. So if they're not choosing it, then yes, it's absolutely fucking disgusting and degrading. So I would help them. Like, I wanted to help them. Like, if these girls didn't want to be in this, then I didn't want them to have to be in this. Especially when they're 16, fucking 15 years old. Like, the one girl was 15. 15! Like, she ran away and got trafficked, dude, because she trusted someone, because she's 15. Like, they just prey on these people. Obviously, if you don't know this, but Backpage is not the problem. People are the problem. Prostitution is not the problem. I don't know why it's illegal. Why are you telling people what to do with their fucking bodies? It's not even, it's nobody's business. If I want to get money for showing my ass, showing my tits, doing whatever I want, that is my business. That is their business. That's anyone's business, not the government's business, not anything. To shut down Backpage, you're just driving it further underground and making it worse. Absolutely fucking worse. Because once these girls, if they start doing it on the dark web, which they already fucking do, because I've had pimps tell me this, like there's fucking websites that you can go to. It's disgusting. I'm not even saying it. But there's websites. Backpage was like a huge hub. Like, yes, you might not like it, but that doesn't mean it should be taken the fuck down, because how is there even going to be that little chance that we find them? How is it going to be maybe, just maybe, your daughter or son might be on a sting operation and they might fucking come back to you because of that. Now it's harder. It's going to be harder. There's so many different sites. Even going through the ads now, they make you jump through so many hoops. Pick how many cars are here. Are you a robot? But then half the time it didn't open the page anyway. So It literally took me, before I filmed this, about an hour and a half to go through just like 2 or 3 pages of this bed page. I don't even know. Like, you go to Backpage and it like takes you to this thing. I just don't think it's as widely known. It might be. You might have a different experience, but this is mine. I have dealt with this shit. This isn't even all of it. The shit that I've seen is... I don't even know. Like, nothing surprises me. But taking away Backpage and telling people what to do with their bodies in general is just fucking weird to me. If someone wants to be a prostitute, they should do it. If someone's being trafficked, then they should get help. And it was a mistake taking down Backpage. You're gonna make it harder for people like me to find them that's just trying to help. I don't bring law enforcement into it at all, because that will make them run far, far away. So that's not how this works in this. If there's like a bunch of cops there on a sting, yes, but sometimes even then girls don't. But I'm just saying, without Backpage, those resources that they did have to reach out to, they have to look for harder now. Because I didn't see anything on that other one at all. Now I'm worried about them, because that was like, there was Backpage, so there might be a chance that someone's looking for me here. But now everyone thinks it's shut down, and now there's like all these other sites. Taking away Backpage is not taking away this problem. There's sex trafficking still. It's bigger than ever. And Backpage is gone. That's all I'm saying. So, you could take that for what you will. You can disagree with me, which is fine. If you're in this situation, you can reach out to me too. If you disagree, agree, we're in this situation. But if you've never been on Backpage, never been in this industry, never have fucking seen it firsthand, then you have no idea. I'm not being rude. You just have no idea what you're talking about. So, getting rid of Backpage, getting rid of any internet site is not going to stop these people. It's not going to stop them. If any of those girls see this, by some fucking chance, I don't know, you can reach out to me and I'll try to help you. I don't know how now or anything, or how they would even find this. Most of them aren't allowed to have internet phones. They're not allowed to have their own phones and stuff, so it makes it hard. But yeah, I don't know. That's just my opinion though. And you can disagree, and that's fine. But I just think it wasn't the right thing to do. And that's all I have to say about that. There's a lot more, but I just don't really... I don't think YouTube wants it on here. This probably will get age restricted. I think people really should think about that, because you're gonna drive them so far down deep and not ever be able to find them. They're gonna make it extra, extra hard. And I just think it was not the right thing to do. But that's just my opinion, obviously. You can disagree. But from what I've seen, I'm not wrong. Other victims can say that it was Backpage's fault, but it's not. It's the trafficker's fault. It's not a website's fault. If anything, at least that website was there so other girls could get help, because what other way would they? Some of them were only saved because of Backpage. So at least Backpage allowed the possibility to find them. Like, yeah, you might have to go through and look through every city, every ad, but I have done it, and if you can't do that, then that's on you. I don't really know, because it's not going away. We need to stop treating sex work like it is a crime, because if it wasn't treated the way that it is here, I firmly believe things would be a lot different. But people are just so backward still, so stuck with this notion that sex is disgusting and bad and porn is bad. No, people are bad. Stop blaming everything else. It's not Backpage's fault that there's sex traffickers. They were already here. Backpage was just there to advertise, which they're gonna do anyway. at least it was all in one place and the cops were wise. And I don't know. I'm just like, you think getting rid of things is going to change it. It's not. It's still going to be there. Getting rid of Backpage, it's still going to have sex trafficking. There's still going to be prostitution. Just because you got rid of this doesn't mean it stopped. It just means that you don't fucking see it more. Like, it's not in front of your eyes. So you're like, okay, well, Backpage is gone. I could sleep at night. I can't because I know that's not real. That's not there. I don't want to cry. Okay, so just because it's out of sight, out of mind, it's not. They're still there. They're still being abused. They're still being trafficked. Now it's just harder for people that want to help to find them. That's all it did. So stop treating sex like it's bad and punishing people and censoring people, because you're just making it worse. You're making it so much worse. Anything you ban or outlaw, you know it has the opposite effect, right? Hello? It's the same thing. Like, you're making it more desired when you do shit like this. So, I don't understand. It's like Instagram banning porn stars. You're making it more desired by censoring. Whatever you're censoring, you're making it more desired. You're literally doing the opposite. I know that it will never go away. The same with the war on drugs. The war on drugs, what? We're in an epidemic, man. Like, there is no war on drugs because it makes too much money. So it's the same with this industry. Why? Like, they're never going to get rid of it. Same with drugs. Sex and drugs aren't going away. We need to learn to deal with it better instead of punishing people for it. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. I just really, really, really hope that there is something else out there that they can turn to for help now, because that's not there. Or people still are looking. If you have someone that you think is trafficked, look. Google the websites like Backpage. That's what I do. I still do it. I don't know. But that's all I wanted to say. Take it for what you will. I don't know. You could disagree, like I said, but this is just my experience, and the experience that I have had with trafficked girls and girls that were forced by their boyfriends into prostitution. That's just what it is. And I just really hope that people just treat sex workers and stuff different, because then maybe this wouldn't be like this, and maybe there wouldn't be so much abuse towards them. I don't know. I don't know the answer. I just try to help, and taking Backpage down, it's not helping.